Hello, hello, hello. My name is Nightscale Uuxelta as always, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. We all know what this game is. Oh crap, let me just fix this real quick. Whoops. OBS is a bit weird sometimes, and I'm a bit weird sometimes. So all in all, well, oof. So last time we left off, actually, I don't know where we left off. Oh right, there's a mouse. Okay, I hadn't really looked at the apartment much, so I spent the rest of the day investigating and relaxing. I considered checking out some of the phone numbers Remy had left me, but I thought it was better to keep low profile for now. I found the kitchen fully stocked with plenty of groceries. Though the variety was wasted on me, I hadn't been a particularly great cook in the first place. What was more, I didn't even recognize some of the things I found there. Whether they were edibles that we had back home that I just didn't know about, or something completely alien, I wasn't sure. But I didn't want to take the risk of eating anything I didn't know. After all, it was possible that some of the comestibles might be fine for them to eat, but still be poisonous to us. I was also glad to find a shelf that was filled to the brim with a variety of books. While I found the subject matter of man, myth, or reality to be quite intriguing, I had to give up after just a few pages due to its exceptionally dry writing style, which I wasn't inclined to enjoy at the moment. Well, oh, this is really loud. Sorry about that. In the end, I settled for an adventure novel about a dragon archaeologist who stumbles upon the remains of a long-lost human civilization, after which she is hunted by an evil organization who wants to use the found magical artifacts for its own nefarious purposes. While entertaining, I had to admit that it reminded me a little too much of the trashy novels we had back at home. I certainly found it amusing that certain tropes were not really unique to us as a species, though I wondered whether this kind of literature had fallen into disfavor here, as it had back where I had come from. I was reading a particularly exciting scene in which the hero, Sheridan, uses one of the magical artifacts shaped like a pair of human hands holding a scepter with a globe at the top to prevent herself from being crushed and ground into a bloody pulp by an ancient human temple's moving walls, when I suddenly heard the doorbell ring. Ooh, company? Hi there! You look like a businessman. What can I do for you? Hello there, would you please sign here? I'm not signing away my rights, am I? I've got a letter for you that requires signature confirmation. Sorry about my... I'm bad at voices. There's too many characters in this game. I see. Looking over the clipboard the small dragon was holding up to me, I saw that the sender of the letter in question was Reza. There you go. I'm Lorem, by the way. Would you mind if I ask you a few questions? What is this about? I'm just making small talk. Wait a minute. I recognize you. You tried to do the same thing as Reza. Maybe I should report you to your superiors for your inappropriate behavior toward your clients. But it's important. Please, just let me talk to Nightscale for a few minutes. You know how it is. If you want to interview with one of the humans, you have to get permission from the proper authorities. Help me out here, Nightscale. As an ambassador, you care about the accurate portrayal of humans in the media, don't you? Then you should talk to me. Otherwise, someone else will fill in the blanks, and who knows what they will come up with. Let me show you something. The small dragon opened his bag, rummaging through a number of letters and small packages. Huh, I think I lost it. Anyway, I wanted to show you some pictures of what people think humans look like. On some of them, they have like 4 heads and look nothing like you. It's crazy. What are you, Lorem? A reporter? No, I'm just... Do you want me to remove him? Is what he is saying true? Yeah, I guess. I see, that sounds pretty interesting though. Alright, you can leave your number here and maybe I'll call you later. That's all I can promise. Thank you so much! He quickly produced a small sheet of paper and scribbled his number on it. Afterwards, he sheepishly presented it with both hands. Alright, you got what you wanted. Off you go now. He's... Okay, what a cutie. Sorry about that. Don't worry about it. I guess that should be all. I'll see you tomorrow then. Right. Bye, Sebastian. With all the commotion, I almost forgot that I was still holding Reza's letter. In the plain envelope was a similarly plain sheet of paper with his handwriting. I started reading, however, I saw that his wording was so full of the pleasantries I knew he hated that I assumed every word of it was faked as to conceal its true intent. He did mention I'd know what to do, but I was unsure of how I was supposed to decode the letter's secret message. I didn't remember ever having a conversation about this topic with him, yet he still relied on me to remember whatever it was that I was missing. Or he thought I would just be able to figure it out on my own. This is what it said. Hello, my dear friend. I hope this letter reached you swiftly and in good condition. Ew. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch up earlier, so I wanted to write you this letter. How have you been these last few years? What have you been doing? How's your family? Or how's the family? I feel like there's so much we should talk about, since we have not seen each other much recently. At least we have a chance to do so in this form. Quite an exciting venture we are on now, right? Have you liked it here so far? Maybe made any dragon friends yet?
Oh yeah, well not quite, but I'll be making friends alright.
Okay, sorry, I know the nature of this game. Haha. Ha. Anyways, I will be looking forward to your reply soon. Best regards, Reza. Various things came to mind. Only reading certain words or letters was one that I thought of immediately, but I couldn't make out anything after trying to find a system within its array of letters and lines. Maybe I had to look more carefully. Read between the lines? Lines, of course. Maybe I was supposed to read between them? I didn't have an implement on me which I would have been able to read fine print. Though with this handwritten letter, I doubted Reza could have done anything of this sort. I think, after looking at it for a while, I came to the conclusion that the secret message said that Reza wanted me to... No, that's not it. That's not it either. Now I'm just guessing and hoping to get lucky. I don't feel like any of these options is actually right. I'm unable. Look elsewhere for hints. Or maybe he referred to the fact that we were both given an apartment. Considering the things they provided for us, maybe we just had to find the right object to decode the message. There were many everyday items here, though. And of course, I still had no idea what in particular I was looking for. Let's look in the bathroom. Ooh. This is a nice bathroom. Look inside the cabinet. No razors. There were some pain meds, though. Take some. I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but here we go. Can I, like... Again? Alright, yeah. How many drugs can I... I'm feeling strange. Take some more! Can't hurt because they're pain meds. How long was I gone? Why did I think eating a whole bottle of pain medication would somehow help with my search? You took the pain medication. This was not a good idea. But I got an achievement. Look inside the shower. Heh, no shampoo to be found anywhere, of course. And no hint either, just some body wash. Okay. Bookshelf. The bookshelf was stocked with quite a variety of books on different topics. Look behind the books. Maybe Reza left me another message here at some point. He could have known that I was going to live here, so I suppose it is possible that he helped with the preparations and hid something for me to find. No, even after removing every single book from the shelf, there is still no indicator of anything that would help me decode the secret message. But even if Reza did leave a hint, this could have been anywhere in the apartment, not just on this bookshelf. Maybe it has something to do with the books? The shelf is full of them, but I suppose the hint could be hidden inside one of them. Draconic Desire. Sounds like something I would read. Ooh. I was so young and naive back then. Barely having reached the age at which the arduous process of finding a mate, settling down, and starting a family became expected, yet none of my peers interested myself. They were childish and crude and uncultured. Oh, how I know that. I was lost in the sea of uncertainty, drifting, hoping to be found by the one day, and then again, and then I did. How fast time flies when you're happy. I can't believe this was just 2 weeks ago. Two weeks ago I found the one, my truest soulmate that there ever could be. Like a wrecking ball, he came out of nothing, breaking all the barriers and entered my life. 2 weeks ago, I was nothing. Today, I am the happiest dragon alive. Who knew that out of all the people alive, it only took the right one to right itself? Who knew that to meet the perfect one, the only thing you needed was... I don't think there's anything in here. Who let this mess ever get to print? Sheesh. You know, sometimes we like to read garbage, okay? Assault of the Humanoids from Outer Space. That's a cat. Arc 1. It was a dark and stormy night. Relentlessly pouring was the rain outside, periodically interrupted by the loud echo of thunder, again and again. So quick had its roaring staccato become that it almost seemed like someone was pounding against the door. No, someone really was pounding on the door right now. The door swiftly opened, and the moment for which the house's owner had waited decades finally was here. Not on the field do you meet me, human scum, but in the comforts of my own home do you seek to assassinate me. Feel my wrath. May it lead you to slow and painful death, he screamed at the top of his lungs. Your resistance will only temper my blade, inferior creature. Taste my blade and die from it. The reply wryly came from the human invader standing within the doorframe. Hero quickly stabbed him with the Magi Pen, a lethal hit which caused the human invader to slump to the ground instantly. His last words being, "Damn you, Hero, it's not over yet," while he melted into a red blotching of Hero's carpet. Hero looked up into the sky and realized all the thunder and rain had really been the UFOs of the invaders, numerous enough as to rival the raindrops falling from the sky. This was the moment when he knew it was too late. This meant war. That was Garbo! Straight up! Born to Serve! An autobiography by Avdon the Seventh, a council member of some renown. Chapter 1, Rise from Ashes. What book doesn't have Chapter 1, Rise from Ashes? Like every book in history. From the day I was born, I knew I was destined for greatness as a member of the something. Oh. Okay. From the day I was born, I knew I was destined for greatness as a member of the Avdonian household. Nothing less was expected from me. My father, Avdon the Sixth, made sure of that. My mother, however, was a worm. Not literally, mind you. She was not some sort of annelid squirming beneath the earth and living in filth. No, she was just what I would describe as the lowest form of life. Ouch! Shots fired! Not concerning herself with matters of any importance, she instead sought to base her existence on superficialities. Not that it mattered much, I grew to hate them both equally. For those who may want to critique me from now for saying this, I have no doubt of my father's political achievements, yet only those who had to live with him know that these successes came at the price of his very soul. An empty shell of a dragon driven by nothing but his performance. Politician, huh? I wonder what the actual government is like. Price and Prayer. A politiographical novel. Preface. In the 22nd year since our ascent to Satience, a most extraordinary chain of events led to the most extraordinary circumstances in our politics and society. These events have been buried in history until I stumbled upon the records of these tumultuous times. I've taken it upon myself to dramatize the events in a manner that is both accurate to the history as well as entertaining to any reader who might have an interest in such stories. This is not for my own personal gain, as I hope to make this story available to a larger audience than just a few who have permission to visit the archives. I believe the wisdom to be gained from the ensuing tale to be more relevant to us now than ever. The Uuxelta spear and how to use it. Looks like a puzzle box of some sort, except a ball. As a manual meant for the general populace, this booklet intends to bring you, the valued reader, closer to the uses and joys an Uuxelta sphere might bring. I have taken utmost care to use simple language and instructions to remove the well-known barrier between individuals and knowledge of proper use of this most wondrous device. For interested parties, a chapter about the Uuxelta sphere's history and ideas for advanced applications can be found later in the book. Quick Start Guide. Step 1. Place your Uuxelta sphere on a flat, stable surface. Make sure that the surface is, indeed, stable and flat. Expert tip. Use the spirit level in order to determine if a surface is absolutely horizontal in order to prevent the Uuxelta sphere from rolling off the table unintendedly. Step 2. Plug your Uuxelta sphere into any fitting household outlet. Warning! Make sure the Uuxelta sphere's power switch is in the off position prior to plugging it in. Step 3. Locate the power switch of the Uuxelta sphere. This step may introduce some difficulties, as many models of Uuxelta spheres exist, with varying methods of turning them on and off. When in doubt, please contact your Uuxelta sphere's manufacturer to help with this step if necessary. Now, I don't have to work in Uuxelta sphere, whatever that is. You read a bunch of books. Go back. Kitchen. Look at the fridge. Crack an egg. Maybe he's hid something inside. Nope, just a regular egg. Do it again. Nope, just a regular egg. Maybe it's the last one. I will crack open every single egg. Am I actually going to do this 12 times? Huh, those are all of them. Guess I just wasted a perfectly good batch of eggs. You just wasted a perfectly good batch of eggs. Look at the meat. It's just a slab of meat. Nothing special about it. Unlabeled container. It's an unlabeled container with some sort of white liquid inside. Well, here goes nothing. It's salty. You drank a mystery liquid. You know, this is a good way to just die, you know? Pasteurized, at least they've got that down. Okay. Anything else in the fridge? Nope. Look in the pantry. Just some fruits and veggies here. Date. If I put it on the forward step on it, what would happen? It would be going on a date. Oh, wait. Oh. Fig. What do I know about figs? Quite a bit, actually. Figs are ripe with history and still enjoy some cultural significance, especially in religious circles. For example, they are the leaves with which Adam and Eve cover themselves up in the Bible's book of Genesis. I did not know that. It also happens to be the kind of tree Buddha achieved enlightenment under. Not only that, but it is also mentioned in Greek mythology. Isn't that fascinating? But wait, there's more. The influence of figs also extends towards words, phrases, and sayings we still use today. Take the word sycophant, for example, which comes from a Greek expression meaning someone who shows the fig, which was a vulgar gesture at the time, or I don't give a fig, which of course is a figure of speech. It might as well be said that the influence of figs is as far-reaching as its fruit is succulent. Figuratively speaking, that is. I'm afraid nothing of this actually helps with Rez's letter, though. I like pears. There are 2 of them. What a nice pair. God! Grape. So, Daddy Grape finds his kid crying and asks, "What's wrong, kid?" But, through all the tears, the kid wouldn't get a single word out. Eventually, Daddy had enough. So he said, "Stop where..." No, I won't say it. It wasn't a good joke anyway. You learned a lot about fruits. So that means it's a lemon. Lemons. Lemons. Lemons, of course! Why didn't I realize it sooner? Oh, right, because invisible ink! Duh! I like going through everything, though. Lemon juice is about the simplest way to write a hidden message using household items. We learned about that in chemistry, in the most boring detail, of course. A message written in lemon juice on paper appears just about invisible to the naked eye when dried, but after heating it gently, oxidizing occurs, making the message visible. I was sitting next to him in class when we learned that. He made a joke about using the method to cheat on the next test, and I replied by saying he'd have to bring an iron. Had he really expected me to remember a random chemistry class that happened years ago? But then again, I did remember it after all. Meet me at the portal tonight, 10 p.m., was the message said. I wasted a good amount of time, but I still had some left before I'd have to go out to meet Reza, so I decided to make some lunch. I could have made some scrambled eggs if I hadn't broken them all. Afterwards, I resumed reading my book about the continuing events of Sheridan and her exploits in destroying cultural artifacts. Unsurprisingly, it came to a happy end, with the evil organization stopped in its tracks, at least for now. I thought the ending was deliberately left open for ambiguity, but when I turned the page and saw the advertisement for the next entry in this apparently long-running series of books, I realized all this had just been a ploy to set up the inevitable sequel. Of course! Luckily, the disappointment didn't last long, as I had to get going to meet Reza at the portal. When I got outside, it didn't seem quite as dark as it was when I arrived yesterday. I might have had difficulties finding my way otherwise, but I could still see the portal in the distance. As I was walking, I wondered if anyone was following me, but the land seemed oddly deserted. Was everyone already asleep? Apparently so. I love the art. Oh my god. Eventually, I arrived at my destination. Reza was already standing idly by the portal. He was fidgeting, making it obvious that he had waited just for me. I was already wondering whether you'd get it at all. Guess I did. What a wonderful night it is. Get to the point, idiot! Just look up at the stars. You can see them so clearly here, without all the pollution lingering in the air like back home. Almost if we were looking right into the face of eternity itself. For so long, humanity thought we'd find aliens out there. Yet after all these years, we found we were still alone in the universe. Turns out we were just not looking in the right place. What's going on, Reza? Why did you call me here at this time? For one, because we're sending the generator home. Right, before I was sent here, they told me they would limit the use of the portals, as they couldn't afford to keep it open all the time. In order to keep it in contact with us, and to enable us to send things over to them, the portal would be open for just a quarter of an hour each day. Sending something back home wasn't really problematic for us, since the high energy expenditure associated with sending bigger objects only affected the sender, not the receiver. However, this also meant that until all business was concluded in regards to our trade with the PDAs and the generators, we were basically stuck here. As for the other, do you know what this place is? You said something about trouble. How much danger are we in, really? More than enough. I'm afraid this whole place will be gone soon, and we better not be here when it happens. What the hell are you talking about? Just spit it out already. I hoped you'd see it too, but then it took me a while to understand. And I had a head start on you, in any case. While he was speaking, my gaze wandered and fixed on some movement nearby. It was hard to make out anything, but I imagine it might have just been wind blowing through the nearby shrubbery, or a small animal, I would say. Except for the fact that there was no wind. Reza. This might take a while to explain, but we've got the whole night. Reza, look. He turned around to face whatever I was seeing. He squinted hard before he called out. You! How dare you follow me even here! The disturbance came closer until it became clear that it was Maverick, who had hidden nearby to listen in on our conversation. I knew you were up to no good. What are you talking about? What are you planning here? Some kind of attack? Wait a minute, there's no reason for... Don't try to deny it. I heard you both talking about it in the cafe and I saw the letter. You think I couldn't smell the lemon on it? Pathetic! You'll have to come with me to the police station now, both of you. Come on, I think you're overreacting, but we'll come with you if... Reza, what the hell? Reza, what are you doing? Come on, Nightscale, let's get out of here. In the dragon's side, I could see the wound where the bullet had penetrated his side. A trickle of blood staining his dark scales on the earth beneath. Reza used the opportunity to run off in some direction. I wasn't sure which. I frantically scanned my surroundings for Reza, though he had already vanished into the darkness. What was I supposed to do? Run away as well? Help Maverick? I was just a diplomat, and I had no idea what was happening. Suddenly, the dragon whipped around, hitting me in the guts with his thick tail. I was lifted off the ground briefly before I felt the impact of my body hitting the ground hard enough that my vision blurred almost instantly. A deafening roar battered my ears. Was this his cry for help? I could barely move. But I found it better not to try, as to not startle the wounded dragon more than he already was. Certainly would have ended badly for me if he had tried anything. I heard him take a few unsure steps before he lay down on the ground, panting. I'm still watching you, you know. You better not move, for your own good. If I have to get up and come after you in this condition, I can't promise you I won't be nice. Took a few minutes of listening to his labored breathing before someone arrived. It was two dragons. The first I recognized as Sebastian. The other one I didn't know. I heard Sebastian and Maverick exchange a few words when the stocky fellow approached me. Oh God, who are you? Here's a badge. You the police deputy or something? Oh, hey kid, you alright? I think I'm okay. I'm Bryce, the chief of police in this town. Can you tell me what happened? That's a shot Maverick. Is that so? His face was stern and seemingly lost in thought as they overheard Sebastian's conversation. Yeah, but you're the flyer on duty. We probably won't find him now. Not here in the darkness, at any rate. Well, that's just brilliant. What do you think, Chief? Nightscale, can you walk? Yeah, I think so. Alright, Sebastian, take Nightscale to the apartment, get us some help here for Maverick, and then we'll look for Reza. Right on. Come on, Nightscale, I'll help you up. Thank you, Sebastian. I was still shaken up by the events I just witnessed when I arrived at my apartment. Not knowing anything better to do, I soon fell into a deep slumber. I'm gonna save. The next day, I awoke with many questions lingering in my head. I considered calling someone from the police department to ask about Reza Maverick, but in the end, I decided against doing so, as I was sure they would contact me if they had anything to tell me. I knew it was no use worrying about it for now, so I settled for starting another book. It didn't take very long, though, before the doorbell rang. Hey, Bryce. Did Bryce, the chief of police, take it upon himself to escort me today? Oh, it's you again. Are you surprised? No, but I guess it'll mean bad news. Afraid so. How are you holding up? Better than yesterday, that's for sure. Let's go for a walk then, shall we? Sure. This time I was taking along a different route than yesterday, and I was quite sure there was more to this than just taking a walk. I'll just go ahead and guess you didn't find Reza. I'll also go ahead and guess this music is very loud. Yeah, we hoped he would have come back on his own by now. Do you have any idea where he might be? Maybe he mentioned some sort of place in particular that holds some meaning to him? Oh, sorry. Oh, God. No, not really. We didn't get a chance to talk much at all yesterday before. There's that, too. I have no idea why Reza would have done anything like that. I had the impression that we weren't very fond of each other, but this... How is he, by the way? Oh, Maverick is doing just fine. But there's plenty of blame to go around. You're right, they didn't particularly like each other. In his statement, Maverick says he suspected Reza... Oh, in his statement, Maverick says he suspected Reza of planning some sort of attack. Do you know anything about that? No, he only told me that something was going to happen, not that he was planning anything. At least that was the impression I got. He's suspecting you too, by the way, that you both planned this all from the beginning. No, that wouldn't make sense. Actually, none of this is making any sense. Why would we go through all the lengths of our agreement only to jeopardize it by doing something like this? You even already have our PDAs, and we don't have much to show for it yet. If we had any nefarious plans, this wouldn't have been a very good idea. You have a good point. I like my character. They smart! I believe you. But from our side, we only have Maverick's word on the whole matter. After all, he's the only one who spent the most time with Reza since he arrived here. But even then, he didn't really have any reason to follow you yesterday, and his behavior was completely out of line. I'm just glad you came up fine. If he wasn't on mandatory sick leave, he would be suspended right now. We'll have to wait until this whole thing is over before we decide what to do with him. I can assure you this won't be taken lightly. Where I came from, this kind of attack on a diplomat could be... Maybe they both acted? Maybe. Maybe they both acted in the heat of the moment, is what I said. We still got quite a lot on our hands now, though. We have a wounded dragon and a missing human. This could lead to a diplomatic crisis. Maybe Reza will still show up soon and we can get all of this behind us. I hope so, too. I really wouldn't want to jeopardize everything over this unfortunate incident, and Reza being a complete idiot. Yeah, how about we both just keep quiet about this whole thing for now? After all, I don't think any of us wants our people panicking about this already, right? I merely nodded in agreement. I'm gonna end this here. Quick save complete. Thank you all for watching. I'm just gonna head to the menu. I saved, don't worry. I think. Shit! I did a quick... What's a Q save? Quit? What's a quick save? Oh, shit. No, 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 no. We'll have to do that again. So, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, etc., etc. And as always, have a good day, night, whatever time it is for you. See ya! Oh, crap.